Tonight is the final round of group matches of the FIFA Arab Cup here in Qatar. It's just pride to play for at Education City as Lebanon take on Sudan. Well, this is the fourth game of 5 that this stadium will hold here at Education City. It will host the quarter-final on Friday between Tunisia and Oman. Neither of these sides, though, tonight can make it to the quarter-finals due to defeats in their opening 2 matches. So just salving a little bit of pride is their task tonight, having both lost their opening games. Sudan have lost both their games heavily, conceding 9 goals in 2 games so far. Nevertheless, fans of both teams have come out in numbers to see their team for one final time tonight. And of course, there are a few positives they'll look to take. Sudan will be in the Africa Cup of Nations early next year, while Lebanon will look to try and close out a playoff spot for a place here in Qatar in the World Cup in just under 12 months' time from now. There's a good atmosphere being created by the entertainment crew inside the stadium as well, which we've had all the way through this tournament. Matches 23 and 24 taking place simultaneously tonight of the 32 that make up this FIFA Arab Cup here in Qatar. The top 2 in the group going head-to-head at Al Junoon, that's Algeria and Egypt, to decide who will finish in top spot. They both have a 100% record so far in the competition. Both these sides will be disappointed not to have got anything from their opening 2 matches. Lebanon lost narrowly to Egypt in their opening match before a 2-0 defeat to Algeria 3 days ago. Sudan, as we say, beaten heavily in their 2 matches. 4-0 defeat to Algeria, 5-0 defeat to Egypt, the heaviest defeat of the tournament so far. Top 2 vying for a place against the winners and the runners-up from Group C to determine their quarter-final pairings. Both coaches have made multiple changes to their teams tonight. We'll give you the lineups in a moment, but rotating the squads, time to have a look at a few players. So with big games coming up in the new year in terms of World Cup and Africa Cup of Nations. It's been a feature of this tournament, the unveiling of the flags beforehand, rehearsed right down to the nth degree to make sure it looks good for the public, not just here, but to a worldwide television audience as well. Very carefully choreographed. Lebanon highly outweighing the Sudan supporters tonight. The flags unfurling, the players down in the tunnel below us awaiting their cue to enter the field here at Education City. One of 6 stadiums that we're using, or have been using for this. The Ahmed bin Ali Stadium has finished its games now. We had the last game there yesterday. So Tunisia taking on Oman in the quarter-final here on Friday. The other quarter-final on Friday will be Qatar against the UAE in Al Bayt. And the other 2 quarter-finals on Saturday will be either Algeria or Egypt taking on Jordan or Morocco, depending on what what happens in that game between those two teams tonight. $43,521 this stadium holds. We're in Al Rayyan, not too far from the Ahmed bin Ali Stadium. You pass Education City on your way from the centre of Doha to these two stadiums, very close together. And of course making for an exciting time at the World Cup next year, where fans can go to more than one game during the course of a day. Both Lebanon and Sudan's FIFA Arab Cup campaign ends tonight, but both will look to finish on a high. Sudan did win the last meeting between the sides at the last edition of this tournament in 2012, but scoring has been the major issue here for both teams. Eyes on the strikers tonight as they look for 3 points to close out their tournament in positive fashion. Good reception for the two teams, who will line up as always. We'll have the national anthems. It'll be the anthem of Lebanon, followed by the anthem of Sudan.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise if you can for the playing of the national anthem of Lebanon.
السيدات والسادة، برجاء الوقوف في حال القدرة للنشيد الوطني لدولة لبنان.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the playing of the national anthem of Sudan.
السيدات والسادة، برجاء مواصلة الوقوف للنشيد الوطني لدولة السودان.
One or two Sudan supporters among the crowd tonight. Not quite as many as Lebanon, as we say. This magnificent stadium awaits the next 90 minutes. Let's take a look at the teams. Lebanon coach Ivan Hasek rotates his squad once again. 7 changes to the side that lost to Algeria. Alice Abay's in goal. Mohamed Diani has started all 3 games so far. Madi Zine makes a first start, having come on against Algeria in the opening match. Mohamed Haidar is the captain, and the Melki brothers, Robert and George, start together for the first time for the second time in the tournament. And then the formation 4-2-3-1 tonight for the Lebanon. Tonight's referee is Fernando Hernandez Gomez from Mexico. Second match of the tournament after Syria's 2-0 win over Tunisia. He's been a 4th official on 2 occasions so far, one of them Sudan's defeat to Algeria. There's our VAR officials tonight. Adonai Escobedo from Mexico in charge of the second team of officials in the VAR room. Well, Sudan makes 6 changes to the side, beaten 5-0 by Egypt. Abdallah Faris and Mozamil Yazir are suspended after their red cards. Abo Shren, the keeper, is the only player to have started every match. Mohamed Al-Rashad makes his first appearance of the tournament. Mohamed Abdul Rahman will play as the central striker, as there's a slight change in formation from Uber Velu. Saladin Adil started in midfield against Egypt. Walilin Kadir is another of those 6 changes in the starting lineup. Not resting on the shoulders of Mohamed as the central striker tonight. Ivan Hasek, the Czech, who's the man in charge, a lawyer by trade, as well as a football coach, and Uber Velu, the 62-year-old Frenchman, goalkeeper in his playing days, has been in charge just over 12 months now of Sudan, having replaced Zdravko Logorasic. So will be Sudan all in white to get us underway. 2 games, 2 defeats, 9 goals conceded, none scored. Is tonight the night that they end their barren spell and at least manage to get on the score sheet here against
Everyone join me for the countdown to kickoff.
Nothing riding on the game in terms of progression to a quarter-final tonight, but neither side will want to finish bottom of the group on 0 points. Sudan, of course, had those 2 players. They finished with 9 men in their last match, that 5-0 defeat to Egypt at Ras Abu Aboud, the 974 stadium. Lebanon have fared slightly better, a single goal win for Egypt in their first game and a 2-0 reverse to Algeria. But their games have been more competitive, they've been closer games. They're on a run of 4 games without a win now, 4 defeats in a row for Lebanon, having lost their last 2 World Cup qualifiers heading into this in November against Iran and the UAE. Failed to score against the UAE now. They haven't scored since that 2-1 defeat to Iran back on the 11th of November. Samoa breaking angled ball, but comfortably tidied up by Chaty. As we said, did qualify for the Africa Cup of Nations. They're in a group with Guinea-Bissau, Nigeria and Egypt again when they meet in Cameroon in the new year. Mohamed Abdul Rahman, shooting opportunity, blocked by George Malki. Plenty of red shirts back behind the ball at the moment. It's a dangerous ball back from Haidar, the captain. Sabra forced to deal with it under pressure from Agab. And I think he may have run that out for corner. In fact, he's gone as a foul the other way. I thought he might just have run that over the goal line there. Earlier today, Morocco closed out top position in Group C, which means they'll play the team that finishes second in this group in the quarter-finals. Jordan will play the winners of the group, either Algeria or Egypt. That game going on at the moment in Al Janoub. Haven't met each other too often, these teams. Just 4 times they've come across each other before. 3 draws and a win for Sudan when they faced each other at the Arab Cup in 2012. First meeting was actually in the Tripoli Fair tournament Back in 1964, a 1-1 draw between the two sides on that occasion. Mohamed Abdulrahman just loses out once again. Cheti. Ahmed just trying to turn away and find himself in space. Mohamed Abdulrahman. Launched forward by Ahmed, a gap on the chase here, the captain. Melki will just shepherd it behind and out of play for a goal kick. Plays in Qatar with Al Shahania in the second division, Robert Melki. He and his brother, both born in Sweden, both qualified to play for Lebanon through their grandfather. Sabay making just a second international appearance tonight, the goalkeeper. His only other appearance came in the UAE, against the UAE rather, back in 2014. Was called up for the WAFF squad in 2019, but had to withdraw from that squad. Helway on the chase. Went out off Ahmed Adam. Mohamed Haidar rather. Abdul Rashid. Abdul Rahman will be their main threat tonight for Sudan. He has scored more of that goals than anybody else in this season. There's confirmation of the group as it stands. That's the live league table. So Algeria, if it stays a draw with Egypt, would top the group based on goals scored. The goal difference the same as well. These sides looking to avoid the wooden spoon in the group tonight. Taya on the chase. Good covering there from Mohamed Ahmed. Ahmed Adam. First corner of the game goes to Lebanon. Rabi Ataya, when he plays his club football in Malaysia, will swing this one in towards the near post. It wasn't a great delivery, it was in towards George Melki. Get a second chance again. He doesn't get the elevation on the cross. Three players in a line, looks suspiciously offside, and the flag goes up on this near side. Now, they're just a little bit slow getting out there, the Lebanese players that had gone forward. Three of them, I think, offside. They almost got played on by Ahmed, but flag went up against Al Helway. Even Hasek, you saw him a moment or so ago there in the blue, just retrieving the ball. Has a couple of sons who are both professional footballers as well. Velu, his opposite number, was the former coach of Paris FC, had a spell in charge of Togo at international level as well. Little clip on the ankles there of Tahan. Sabra just forced to backtrack slightly. Haidar. Zine. Nicely done. Cheti wants to get forward from full-back Hassan Cheti. Looking to try and get a little bit of width involved in their play, which is something they've not managed to do in their opening couple of matches. Robert Melki. Oh, Ataya. Good play by Walildin. Second start tonight for Walildin Kadir. 7 of these Sudan players play for Al Hilal in the country. Al Marik provides 3 of the starting lineup. Al Tawoun, the other, and a rare player playing outside Sudan, Wali Hassan, who plays his club football in Libya. By Abo Shren, who was under a little bit of pressure and plays the ball out of play. He's had to pick the ball out of the net 9 times so far, the 31-year-old in this tournament. Haidar. Tahan. Ataya. Robert Melki up to Ali Sabay. "22 goals up to this point have produced 58 goals. 22 games rather, 58 goals so far in the tournament. Biggest win was that 5-0 victory for Egypt over Sudan. Goalless after the opening 10 minutes then at Education City. Both sides had to play a qualifier to get here because of their place in the rankings. Sudan are the lowest ranked team in the tournament, 124th in the FIFA rankings currently. Libya by a single goal to nil. It was an Abdul Rahman penalty that put them through in that one. It was a similarly slender victory for Lebanon as well, who beat Djibouti. Good ball across, and it's dealt with only just behind for a corner. Came off Mohamed Ahmed and could have gone anywhere right in front of his goalkeeper. Al Helway was the man just lurking in behind him. Could have easily ended up in the top corner. Came off his thigh, I think. Anyway, no harm done. It is a corner, though. Madi Zine will take it. Zine is regarded as one of Lebanon's most promising players. Recently signed a 5-year contract extension with his club, Nemesh. In-swinger towards the keeper once again. Melki was in there, Robert Melki, that is. A little bit quicker in coming out this time, Lebanon, as they try to get the ball forward again. Ataya. Tackling his own player there, Robert Melki, as he was making his way back. That's a good ball. Helway's all on his own for the penalty area if they can find a decent cross here. It's a good ball across, missed by everybody. It was Mohamed Ahmed again who swung a boot at it, completely missed it. Hilal El Alway was right behind him. Lovely ball with the outside of the foot from Zine. And I think the presence of Mohamed Ahmed just did enough to put off Al Helway. Only needed a touch. Flashed across goal. Al Helway needs one more international goal to take him into double figures. Melki, Ataya. Lebanon have played in 7 previous editions of the Arab Cup. Their best performance was on their debut in 1963 when they finished in 3rd place. Failed to progress beyond the group stages in their last 4 appearances, the last in 2012 when they were beaten by Sudan, and Iraq in the group stage. They picked up a point against Egypt under 23s, but not enough for them to go through. 8 wins in their previous 29 Arab Cup matches. Not the best record for the Lebanese, but they'll be looking to try and secure another victory tonight. They're having the best of the pressure in the final third at the moment. They've got another corner, their third of the match. It's a tire to swing this one over. Straight at the goalkeeper, Abo Shren. Comfortably taken, and good distribution as well to look for Mohamed Abdul Rahman. Good defending by Chaiti. Nicely guided off by Walaldi. Agab. Abdul Rahman on the chase once again, manages to keep the ball in play. Walid Hassan. Mohamed Rashad. Ahmed. Well, given away clumsily, a tire, and now Lebanon could look to try and counter. Melki. Zine. Chaiti. Robert Melki. So Lebanon still have got a slender chance of trying to qualify for the playoffs for the World Cup here in 2022. Iran and Korea Republic are well clear in their AFC Road to Qatar qualifying group at the moment. They sit a point behind the UAE at the moment, who are occupying that third place. It'll be a playoff with the team in the other group, and the winner will play an intercontinental playoff against a team from Oceania to seal a place here. Agab. Too much on it again, how to play. A goal kick. Sudan haven't scored since early October when they were involved in a 2-2 draw with Guinea. They played back-to-back World Cup qualifiers against Guinea, drawing 1-1 and 2-2. 4 games without a goal for them. Well, you know what you're going to get with the Lebanese. They're always very musical. They were in here very early before kick-off, enjoying the atmosphere of Education City and the build-up to the game. Teams arrived just around 90 minutes before kick-off. Obviously, they'll be both heading home as soon as the game is over. Salaheldin Adil is down injured at the moment for Sudan, so I think the referee will just hold play up for a moment with the ball going out to see if he needs a little bit of treatment. There's a clean challenge from George Melki. Beverlou perhaps not convinced of the fairness of the challenge. George Melki does still play in Sweden, the country of his birth, at Eskilstuna. Currently on loan there from AIK. Both he and his brother made their debuts in the same international 2018 against Uzbekistan, and they've been regulars in the international scene ever since. Both into the 20s in terms of the amount of caps earned so far. It's given away cheaply. Mohamed Abdul Rashid. Good ball over the top for Mohamed Abdul Rahman. Scattered by Ali Sabay. Away by Tahan towards Ataya. One in the air by Mohamed Ahmed. Ataya. There'll be a yellow card here for Mohamed Abdul Rashid. First yellow card of the game. Two players not available tonight, of course, for Sudan because of their sendings off, Faris Abdallah and Yazir Muzamil. Altir El Tahir is out injured. Couple of injuries on the Lebanon side as well. Jihad Ayoub and Walid Shur, both unavailable tonight for Ibn Hasek. Free kick from Robert Melki as he tried to aim that out towards Chaito. Ataya. He's doing well, gets away from Mohamed Ahmed. Might get a second chance here, they can't get the ball clear. Sudan. Now they should be able to bring this one away. Salah held in Adil, the man that brought that one away, took a deflection off a Lebanese player on its way out. Mohamed Al-Rashad, Sabra. Melki in between two, but could only stab the ball out of play for a throw-in away on the far side. Just over 20 minutes played, still 0-0. Just the one shot on goal so far that came from Sudan. It was not on target. Haidar, Diani, Robert Melki. Forward by Tahanan to Ataya. Slip there from Waleldin. They did have the sprinklers out quite heavily on the pitch earlier on today. Goes out off Walid Hassan. Through into Lebanon, Chaito will take it. Claiming a handball, Chaito. Seemed to have a good chance of getting on the end of the ball and trying to get it into the area, but the referee not interested in giving the handball. Here's Ataya. Trying to create a shooting chance. Good save, just pushes away for the corner. First shot on target from either side. And it's Rabi Ataya, who started in lively fashion, made room for the shot. Goalkeeper wouldn't have seen it till late, coming through a couple of white shirts. Push behind for another corner. In front of goal. Well, Diani's wondering how he's kept that one out, because Abo Shren, point blank, got a fingertip to it, turned it onto the post. Short corner. And it wasn't Diani, it was Sabra that rose. The goalkeeper, who's conceded 9 in the last 2 games, got a hand to it. Still the pressure on. Now it's been won by Ahmed Adam. And the referee's given the foul. And Sudan's break stopped in its tracks. So twice the Sudan goalkeeper's been called on in the last couple of moments to make a good save to keep his side's goal intact. There was the challenge. That was a foul. He's caught the leg of Mohamed Haidar. So Lebanon trying to keep the pressure on here. It's Haidar and Adi Zine that are over the ball. It is Haidar with a delivery. Abo Shren with a strong punch away. Appeals for handball. And continues Ataya. VAR might want to have a quick check. I think the arm is away from the body with the hand. There was the foul on Mohamed Al-Rashed. Uber Velu went racing out of his technical area. The fourth official, Matt Conger from New Zealand, just telling him to calm things down a little. Might be nothing to play for, but the passions are still running high here in the final game for these two teams. Ball from Samuel. Ataya. Nice play again. Al-Helway. Got a little fortunate bounce there. Ataya trying to find Al-Helway once again. Good defending from Mohamed Ahmed. Over the top flag stays down. It's Agam. Sahan with a challenge. Gives away the corner. Captain bursting off the last defender. Over 50 caps to his name now, Ramadan Agab. First corner for Sudan. Spotted a foul in the centre. Sabra, the man that stayed down. Actually works as an air conditioning repairman as well, Maya Sabra, and he's not playing football. It'll be quite interesting with the fact all these stadiums are air conditioned. It's actually it's a bit chilly in here tonight. Temperature around about 22 degrees outside. It's considerably cooler in the stadium. Ahmed Adam. Just wanted the ball moved back towards the halfway line a little bit. It'll be Mohamed Ahmed with a throw. It's high foot up by Ataya. Al-Helway. Ahmed Adam. He's trying to ride the challenge of Tahan, but overran the ball slightly. It will be a Lebanon ball. Talk about the World Cup coming here to Qatar in 2022. It's quite hard to believe that they were awarded the World Cup back in 2010, 11 years ago now. So much infrastructure changes have gone on here. There's brand new stadiums, of course, that have been built. The only one still to be inaugurated is the Lusail Stadium that will host the final, 80,000 people. It's almost done now. It's Mohamed Abdul Rahman. Played back to Saladin Adel. Well. countries all went down to the voting. Australia, Japan and Korea Republic all eliminated from the vote, and it was a straight head-to-head between Qatar and the USA for the World Cup. Qatar won it in the final vote, because USA will host the World Cup in 2026, jointly with Mexico and Canada. Qatar actually the smallest country by area to host the FIFA World Cup finals. The next smallest after Qatar was Switzerland back in 1954. Tyre continues to look busy for Lebanon. There's Haidar. For Zine over on that far side, it was a good ball. It was cut out by the last defender though. Well, Helway looking to press the two central defenders back. Mohamed Ahmed. Forward by Tahan, but sliced out of play. The fourth appearance in the Arab Cup for Sudan. Didn't play in the finals until the 7th edition in 1998. They were bottom of a group with UAE and Morocco under 23s. Led by Mohamed Abdul Rahman. This is Ahmed Adam. Mohamed Abdul Rashid. He got the yellow card earlier. Abdul Rahman trying to win the header. It's a free kick to Sudan. Had too many set pieces in and around the penalty area during the course of this tournament. Sudan yet to see what they can fashion here. Agab, the captain, is one of two that's over the ball. It is Agab, but it's too high. Was just enough to divert the ball into the path of Ataya. Zine always looking busy on that far side, looking to get away from his man. Walid Hassan had just tucked inside. This is Zine. Haidar. Pushed out of play cheaply. Gives the ball away again. Shren's quickly off his line. Called into action a couple of times already, Abo Shren tonight. Made a couple of good saves. In particular from Sabra's header was a fingertip save onto the post. Another Sudan free kick. Just a little scrappy at times. Mohamed Abdul Rahman. 8 of his 13 goals have come this year, Mohamed Abdul Rahman. Another long-range shot, which is troubling spectators more than the goalkeeper. So held an Adil with a header. Another Sudan free kick. Over the free kick. And in towards Agab, the captain. It comes off Robert Melki and goes for a corner. Did play youth level for Sweden at under-19 and under-21, Robert Melki, before deciding to switch to Lebanon. A season at Al Khor here in the QSL before moving on. Great game when Lebanon played Korea Republic in a World Cup qualifier in November a couple of years ago. They drew 0-0. It was his 27th birthday and he helped keep the fantastic player Son Heung-min quiet, the Tottenham midfielder, in that particular game. Good flick right the way across. Well, unable to apply a touch in front of goal. Ahmed, the man that came forward. Just wanted someone a little bit more positive at the back post there. Mohamed Ahmed was the nearest player to it. Didn't apply the finish. Forward by George Melki. Ahmed's header. Reverse ball from Mohamed Al-Rashed. Walid Hassan. Defending again by Sabra. Reads the game very well, Sabra. Oh, he slipped the goalkeeper and he's way out of position. Metaha takes it wide, he's brought down, is he, the referee? Says no, there's no foul. Well, Abo Shren, who had a rush of blood to the head earlier in the tournament, came flying out of his goal, and you can see by the look on his face that he knows now that wasn't the right decision. Just slipped, lost his footing. And Metaha, who thought he'd got the foul, couldn't bring the ball under control. Just got a hand on it, I think, actually, Abo Shren. Well, it's outside the area where the contact's come anyway, so VAR won't be having a look at that. But the goalkeeper, well, got away with that one. A couple of players have slipped tonight, so they did have the sprinklers on just before kick-off, watering the pitch. It's a little bit slippery. Oh, nicely done. No one in the middle, though. Well, he seemed to have done the hard part there. Mohamed Al-Rashed got past the full-back, created room for the cross, but then didn't look up to see who was in the middle. If he did, he'd have seen there was no one there. Get a second chance here. Mohamed Ahmed, slightly out of position. From Tahan. Haidar. Chato. Nice ball down the line for Zine. Now by Walid Hassan. George Melki. Good challenge again by George Melki. Pretty good challenge by Samuel as well. Now Salah held in Adil. Mohamed Abdul Rahman beaten to the ball by Sabra. Good challenge. Walid Hassan with the Sudan throw. 9 years years ago this tournament was last played. It's been revived under the FIFA branding, in place of the old Confederations Cup that used to be the prelude to a World Cup a year before. Takes a tumble, the leg of Chato, no foul again. Five and a half minutes to go to half-time, then still goalless. Best two chances have fallen to Lebanon. Two good saves by Abo Shren, the goalkeeper. Here's Ataya. Zine arriving. Just too high for him. Walid Hassan was in attention. Chaty. Too close to the goalkeeper. George Melky, the furthest man forward. Bowled out quickly by Abo Shren, who looking to try and get his players moving forward quickly. That was a gap. The captain was the intended target that time. Haidar. Walildin. Second opportunity came off George Melky. The pass was hit with a bit of pace, that's why Melky couldn't bring it under control. This is Sabra and Melky. Tahan. It's all clogged in that central midfield third at the moment. Might be a chance now maybe for Tahan to try and get wide. Whiteshirt's getting back behind the ball. Haidar. Spots Chater in space over on that far side. Zine just tucks inside. Chater rather continues his run. Haidar. Almost threaded it through to Al Helway. Might get a second chance. Zine just forced out wide slightly, goes shoulder to shoulder with Mohamed Ahmed. Goes down injured and concedes the corner. He hit him as the ball certainly went down there. Frustration for the Sudan centre-back. Anyway, another corner to defend. This is Lebanon's fifth corner of this first half. All the way across again. Robert Melky challenging and fouling Abo Shren in the process. Feel he had a right to go for that ball there, Robert Melky, but the goalkeeper was caught. Away by Abo Shren, the goalkeeper. George Melky. Haidar was coming back from an offside position, so couldn't bring himself into play. Al Helway's challenge will give away the free kick. It's the Lebanon fans in the background you can hear making all the noise, so they are outnumbering the Sudan supporters tonight. Haven't had a goal to cheer as yet. Had a goal to cheer in the tournament. I hope to get one in the couple of minutes that remain in the first half, or in the second half at least. There's Salaheldin Adil. That's a heavy touch from Mohamed Abdul Rashid. was lazy with the pass, straight into an area where there were no red Lebanese shirts. Gab wins the header. Robert Melki. Mohamed Abdul Rahman. Slips again, another Sudanese player losing his footing. Shaitu showed too much of it to Mohamed Abdul Rashed. Robert Melki's header. Stabbed away as far as Samuel. Walid Hassan. Won't be too much added time to go on at the end of this first half. Mohamed Adam just took his eye off the ball. Reminder of the teams through to the quarter-finals. Tunisia and Oman playing each other here on Friday. The other game on Friday is Qatar against UAE at Al Bayt. Algeria and Egypt, who are playing each other at the moment in Al Janoub. It is 1 minute to be added at the end of the first half. They just await to find out who they're going to play. Jordan and Morocco also through to the quarter-finals. Zine. George Melki. By Tahan. Ataya. Grip of his ankles by Waleldin. So 94th in the FIFA rankings, Lebanon. 30 places higher than their opponents. Shaitu. George Melki. Won't have time to start anything moving forward. Well, a first half that was slow to get going. Lebanon did have a couple of chances. Abo Shren with a fine save. Robert Melki's marshalled things well at the back for Lebanon, but at half-time here in Education City, it's Lebanon 0, Sudan 0.
وحيد مرحبا بك. تعادل أول رغم عديد الفرص للمنتخب اللبناني. رأينا بعض النرفزة، كان منتخب لبنان يريد أن يسجل بسرعة وأن الفرص كانت موجودة أيضا.
بالبداية أكيد بدنا نطلع نحن من هالمباراة أكيد بثلاث نقاط. تعرف نحن أول مباراة كانت ضد منتخب مصر خسرنا 1-0 بصعوبة، كمان منتخب الجزائر نفس الشيء. اليوم عم نحاول قد ما فينا نكسب 3 نقاط، ولكن مستعجلين. الشباب كتير مستعجلين. بلشنا جيم كتير كنا ما مركزين، رجعنا ركزنا بالماتش. شوط أول كتير جيد، عم نضيع بعض الفرص. إن شاء الله بالشوط الثاني نقدر نسجل ونكون أحسن من بداية الشوط الأول.
شكرا. رأينا شوط أول فيه اندفاع بدني كبير، منتخب السودان يريد الفوز ومنتخب لبنان أيضا، لكن ربما المنتخب السودان بحذر أكبر وتكتيكيا كان يعني بطريقة جيدة ومدروسة.
طبعا لا زال الآن المباراة متكافئة من الطرفين، الكل يريد الفوز في هذه المباراة بحكم الخسارة للمباراتين السابقتين. يمكن احنا المباراة ندخلها بتكتيك غير المباريات السابقة. الآن في تنظيم هجومي عالي بالنسبة لنا، ونحن نتمنى الشوط الثاني وحنسعى انه نحرز نتيجة يعني إيجابية أو نحرز هدف أو هدفين حتى يعني يأمن لنا 3 نقاط إن شاء الله في آخر البطولة.
ما هي هناك بعض التغييرات في الشوط الثاني؟
إن شاء الله في بعض التغييرات في وسط الملعب إن شاء الله، بنحاول على أساس إنه نزيد الريتم أو نرفع المستوى بتاع وسط الملعب إن شاء الله.
شكرا.
No goals at half-time between Lebanon and Sudan. Lebanon did have more of the ball in that first half. 4 efforts on goal, 2 of them on target, both saved by the goalkeeper, Abo Shren. They dominated the corners as well, but couldn't find a way through. Just the 1 yellow card in that first half to Sudan's Mohamed Al-Rashed. Well, 2 sides at the bottom of the group with no points to their names after their opening 2 games. A couple of heavy defeats for Sudan in their opening 2 matches. They went head-to-head at the Education City Stadium, just looking for pride and some points to round off their campaigns. Respective coaches Ivan Hasek and Uber Velu trying to mastermind their way to a victory. Neither side had scored a goal in the tournament so far, but it was Lebanon that were the more promising. The dangerous ball in was just about dealt with by Mohamed Ahmed, who cleared the ball over his own bar. Lebanon were playing the better football coming forward. A lovely ball down the line for Zine to find a little bit of space. Al Helway raced into the middle, and the ball missed out everybody in the centre. Ended up going out for a throw. It was a quality ball into the box. Al Helway just put off by the attentions of Mohamed Ahmed, who could have easily sliced that one into his own net as well. Well, the Lebanon defenders giving the ball away cheaply. Ball over the top towards Mohamed Abdul Rahman, though, but comfortably gathered by Ali Sabeh, who didn't have a huge amount to do in the first half. Sudan's turn to give the ball away. Lovely work on the edge of the area by Ataya, and a fine save by Abo Shren just to push the ball away for a corner. First of 2 saves the goalkeeper would make in quick succession to keep Lebanon at bay. He's been beaten 9 times in 2 matches so far. From the resulting corner, he played it short. Sabra got in front of his man, and a fingertip save onto the post by the goalkeeper. And Diani unable to turn in the rebound from close range. Quite how the goalkeeper got a hand to that is anybody's guess. Sabra felt the same. It's a corner at the other end, which gave Sudan one of their best chances. It was played in and flicked by Ahmed at the near post, but flicked wide. Nobody following around the back. Mohamed Ahmed was the closest player to it. Couldn't get a touch. The game was pretty much played in the middle third for most part. Another chance right at the end of the first half. The goalkeeper slipping as he came out of the area. Just got a fingertip on the ball to force a tyre out wide. No foul given in the end, and Sudan got away with that one. 0-0 at half-time. No goals at half-time between Lebanon and Sudan. Best chances did fall for Lebanon in that first half. Couple of good saves made by Abo Shren, the goalkeeper. But neither side still able to break their goal-scoring duck in the tournament. Neither has scored so far, don't forget. Both sides on 0 points, so something we'll give in terms of points tonight. Can't catch the two at the top of the group, Algeria and Egypt. 45 minutes left of their FIFA Arab Cup campaigns for 2021. Sudan are making a change. Walil Din is coming off. And Abu Agla comes on. And go into a midfield area. So Lebanon get us underway for the second half, kicking from right to left here at Education City. It's the penultimate game that will be played at this stadium. It's got a quarter-final to come on Friday as Tunisia play Oman. Oman booked their place in the quarter-finals last night with a victory over Bahrain. Trip on Robert Melki, which will bring the first free kick of the second half. Edition of this FIFA Arab Cup. Morocco, the defending champions, having won the tournament back in 2012, the last time it was played. That's a good ball over the top for Ataya. Good covering though. To be quick off the mark there, Mohamed Ahmed. Ataya was impressive in that first half. Al-Hawai was good as well. Zine over on this near side now was very creative as well. Iraq are the most successful team. And this, having won 4 wins, they won 4 tournaments in a row. Followed by Saudi Arabia with a couple of wins. Haidar. George Melki. Shaitu. Clumsy foul. There were 1 or 2 niggly clumsy fouls in the first half. There was nothing of any great malice in the game, but it was a little bit stop-start at times. Had just the 1 yellow card in the first half, Mohamed Al-Rashed. Sudan have got that Africa Cup of Nations to look forward to. Fell off the radar a little back in the early part of the 2000s. They had a brief resurgence 2007 when they beat Tunisia to book a place at the 2008 Africa Cup of Nations. Did go on to lose all 3 games. It was the first time they'd appeared in the tournament for 32 years. Finished second in their group for qualifying for the 2022 edition. They were behind Ghana, but finished ahead of South Africa and Sao Tome and Principe. Here's Zine. Didn't make it through the second round of qualifying to try and get to the World Cup next year. They finished well behind Morocco, who had a 100% record. Guinea-Bissau and Guinea also finishing above Sudan. Foul here again on Haidar, the captain, who was caught a couple of times in the first half. Salah held in Adil with a challenge, a tangle of legs. They can often be worse than they actually look at times. Sometimes you can twist a knee or an ankle. Mohamed Haidar plays for Al Ahed in Lebanon. He's one of the players that played all three games at the 2019 Asian Cup in UAE. Played against Qatar, Saudi Arabia and Korea DPR. Hasn't scored an international goal in some 8 years now, since 2013 when he found the net against Iran in a 4-1 defeat. Chetu with a throw. On by Haidar, who didn't need any treatment after that knock a moment or so ago. Al Helway, another free kick given by the Mexican referee Fernando Hernandez Gomez. Yeah, just a little nudge from Al Helway on Ahmed on the free kick. George Melki's header. Ahmed. Zine. Another free kick given away. A lot of free kicks already at the start of this second half. Confirmation of the standings. Algeria lead against Egypt at the moment, so they go to the top of the group on their own now on 9 points. Both are through, of course. It depends who they'll play in the next round. Still plenty of time, though, in that one for Egypt to get back into it. Well, Haidar, I think, still feeling the after effects of that challenge a few moments ago. Maybe that he's unable to continue. So he was a goalkeeper back in his playing days, Hubert Velu, for Stade de Reims and Chalon-sur-Marne in France. That challenge again, it was the ankle just there, you just saw the, oh, just jarred, got it caught, and Salah held in Adil's leg, and it looks as though Haidar, his game is over. He's passed over the captain's armband, and it's going to be Mataha that's coming on. Came on after 75 minutes against Egypt. So they are making a second change as well here, Lebanon. They're bringing on Fadel Antar for a third appearance off the bench in place of Hilal Al Helway, who I thought was having a reasonably good game up front, but early in the second half they've opted to make the change. Doesn't seem too happy. Fadel Antar plays for Shabab Al Sahel in Lebanon. Fairly new to the international scene, he only made his debut in this tournament. First called into the squad for the World Cup matches in October, but was on the bench for both of those. Made his debut against Egypt as a 75th minute substitute, same as Mataha. They both came on in a double change in that one. Is Tahan, one way for a goal, and he seemed to be caught in two minds there, whether to try and play that forward or go for goal. Mohamed Tahan, in the end he went for the shot, but it turned into a Shot a fairly nondescript shot, really. Can play down the left-hand side as well as playing right back. Right back is his more preferred position. Another change here for Sudan. I think they got the wrong number there. Mars is waiting to come on. They held at number 13. Walid Hassan was coming off, but maybe bringing on a different substitute. There's a head injury here which will need some treatment straight away, so referee right on the spot and straight away. You can always tell by players' reaction if something needs a bit of treatment. It is a head injury, so there's Robert Melky and Gab, and now one or two other players getting involved as well, which is a little bit unnecessary. One or two words have been said. Referees quickly in to calm things down. Both assistants will just take a watching brief to keep an eye on things. It's all been diffused now. Melky's okay though. Still the arguments continues. Melky will have to go off having treatment, and then will be called back on in a moment by the referee. Give possession back to Lebanon, so a little coming together a moment or so ago is all forgotten. Still 0-0. Looks as though Sudan are going to make their changes. It's going to be a double change for them as well. You can only make your substitutions at various points, so they wouldn't want to waste a substitution. Mars is coming on here for Walid Hassan, which is the change they were going to make a moment or so ago, but Ube Velu wanted to make the double change. Nasruddin Omar is the other player coming on, and Salheldin Adil is the player going off. Is the most experienced player in the Sudan side, 74 appearances now for him. He's retiring after the Africa Cup of Nations next year. Takes over the captain's armband from Agab. Robert Melky. Footing from Antar, the substitute, couldn't bring the ball under control though. Little flick from Nasruddin. Abu Agla goes down under the challenge from Dayani, and he'll go into the book. So the first Lebanese player into the book, Mohamed Dahani. Kassim El-Zine suspended tonight for 2 yellow cards. Only 3 other players have been booked in their side now. They've been reasonably good in terms of the discipline side of it, Lebanon, apart from those that suspension. stands just a little bit quiet at the moment, but the banging of that drum will soon liven them up once again. Looks as though they're going to have to make another change here. Sudan. As a substitute, I don't think he wanted to make Veli. Can make up to 5 changes in this tournament. So a lot of teams making triple substitutions as games have worn on. So it gives you a whole new dimension when you can change half of your outfield players these days with the rules changing. Lebanon were one of the first nations in the Middle East to establish an administrative body for football back in the 1930s. They almost made it through to Russia in 2018. They finished second in their qualifying group under Miodrag Radulovic, but unfortunately wasn't enough to get them qualified under the criteria. They did get into the 2019 Asian Cup. He was in charge of a 16-match unbeaten streak from March 2016 to October 2018, which helped Lebanon to their best ever FIFA ranking. 77th they rose to. Dia Mayoub is the player coming on. A straight red card. And straight away, the medical staff call for once again in quick succession, and Lebanon are down to 10 men. It's Ataya, the man who took over the captain's armband from Haidar, that's gone in heavily, and the referee has gone straight for the top pocket, and Rabi Ataya is sent off. So Sudan, who had 2 players sent off in the last match, oh, he's caught him right on the side of the face. Mohamed Ahmed, the player that went down. Whether Ataya's injured himself as well, or whether he's just distraught that he's got a red card just for that rush of blood to the head with a challenge. Inconsolable, but he has to go. The referee had no other option but to produce that red card. Fortunately, Mohamed Ahmed is okay.
يلا شباب يلا شباب.
So free kick to Sudan, still 0-0. It has been very scrappy at the start of the second half. Here comes the goalkeeper, Ali Sabay, to gather at the second attempt. What a let-off again for Sudan. It's the substitute who's only just come on, Fedel Antar, who got no pace on the shot. Ebo Shren was able to get across and make the save, and here's Abdul Rahman at the other end. Agab couldn't find a way through. Offside flag has gone up though. The pace of the game has just picked up a little bit in the second half. We're approaching the midway point of it. Dia. Still goalless. Abdul Rahman. Better looking ball in. Kicked out of the air there by the goalkeeper. Lebanon down to 10 men. Metaha, the man sent off. Melky. Good ball in towards Antar. Maybe wasn't the best choice. Took a little bit more time than he thought. Agab. Flick up by Mars. Guided back to Ali Sabay in the Lebanon goal, who's been a little bit busier in this second half. Hasn't had shots to save, but he's just been brought into the game a little bit more. Sudan still have to hit the target. Goes out off Mataha. 3 games without a goal in all competitions for Lebanon. 4 games without a goal for Sudan. The challenge on Tahan this time, which has earned a free kick. It's just going through a really scrappy phase of the game at the moment. The 10 men are just working hard to fill those gaps. Tahana's taken over the captain's armband. Attaya had taken it over from Haidar after his substitution. Just gets in the head of Abdul Rahman. He goes out to play for a Sudan throw. Nasreldin, a gap. To get away from his man, gets a second chance to cross. Sonny Sabay pushes away. Number 4 points. Blocked with the goalkeeper from Mohamed Ahmed. Well, Ahmed could hardly believe his luck when that ball came to him in space, but the goalkeeper's got a big chest on that. First time Sudan have had an effort on target. Here's a gap. It was his cross that caused all the problems initially. Just too high for Abdul Rahman. Mataha. Chaitu. Antar. Space for the cross, gets the better of Ahmed Adam. He's done well. Can't get any pace on the ball though. It's away by Mohamed Ahmed, and Tahana stayed down injured after the challenge. Abdul Rashid tries to get the ball away. Referee will halt play. Ali Sabay, the goalkeeper's down as well. So players dropping like flies at the moment, which is made for a fairly stuttering second half, really. Ali Sabay may have taken a knock when he came out to gather one of those crosses a moment or so ago. Tahan, the man who weaved his way down that far side and cut in from the byline, just couldn't get anything in terms of pace on the cross. I don't think he was caught by Ahmed Adam. This was the ball in by a Gab that caused all the problems at the other end. A fiercely struck shot straight into the chest, or maybe just the chin of the goalkeeper. Did really well to get the block in. It's hit him at the chest. That's why he needs a little bit of treatment at the moment. Sign of a good goalkeeper. He's a goalkeeper that can get anything in the way to keep the ball out, and Ali Sabay did just that. Just his second international appearance, those appearances coming 7 years apart. The referee was trying to indicate that Tahan had got to go off there, but he said, hang on a second, I didn't actually receive any treatment. It's another double change for Lebanon coming up. Eldor comes on in place of Diani. And Assi coming on for Zine, who has had a much quieter second half than he did in the first half. Looked quite creative in that first half, Zine, but hasn't seen too much of the ball. As I say, due to the fouls and the cards and injury stoppages, it has been a fairly scrappy second half, really. Good ball over the top, looking for Nasreldin. It was Sabra with a header. Blocked by Dia. First touch for Assi, who was caught by Ahmed. Straight away, the referee has the yellow card brandished, so Ibrahim Ahmed goes into the book. Assi, the man who came on just a moment or so ago, another player from Shabab Al Sahel. Another player that hasn't featured too much on the international scene since making his debut in 2014. Abasasi. Mataha over the free kick. There's a review for a potential red card here from VAR for that challenge by Ahmed. So he was yellow carded by the referee, but this could be a straight red. Yube Velu just approaching and being told to go away by the fourth official. Well, here's the challenge. They were both feet off the ground. Was he in control of the challenge? I think the referee has made his mind up. And he's going to give the red card, so it's a third red card in 2 matches for Sudan. And Ahmed pleads his innocence and just runs straight off the pitch. Well, it's going from bad to worse to Sudan. Their disciplinary record continues to work against them. And Yube Velu might be in trouble here as well, because he gets a yellow card from the referee, so it's all getting a little bit bad-tempered at this stage of the game. The sarcastic clapping from the Sudan coach hasn't gone down well with our Mexican referee. So both sides are now down to 10 men. Yellow card wiped out, replaced by a straight red, and both teams now down to 10 men. Abo shredded into a crowd of players, and it's found its way in. Goal's been given. And the goalkeeper came again, didn't command his penalty area, and it looks like it might be George Melky that got the final touch on it. Not too sure he knew too much about it, but the Lebanon have finally taken the lead. It's frustration for Sudan once again. Free kick was taken by Mataha. In fact, I think it's an own goal off Abo Shred. Punched it into his own net. So Melky was the man involved, but it's an own goal against the Sudan goalkeeper Ali Abo Shred. And Lebanon have scored. I won't mind how they score, but it's unfortunate once again for the goalkeeper. To wait an age to take the free kick after the VAR review for the red card. We were just waiting for a possible offside in the build-up to the goal when the free kick was played in, but VAR are satisfied that it was all above board, and well, the Lebanon lead here by a goal to nil with 12.5 minutes left in Education City. Final 12.5 minutes of the tournament for both these teams. Lebanon's first goal of the tournament, still not scored by a Lebanese player, but it doesn't matter. One of those awkward ones. Praise for the delivery on the free kick though from Nada Mata. Ahmed Adam. Mohamed Ahmed has moved into the centre now after the sending off of Ahmed. Mohamed Al-Rashid. Away by George Melky. Anywhere will do. Nowhere near Antar. Samuel. with a header. Robert Melki gets the ball half away. Good spell from Sudan, pressure-wise that is. Abdul Rahim. Good ball, here's Antar. Two defenders coming across, Antar goes for goal! Just wide. Only gone for a goal kick. Hebo Shren didn't get a fingertip to it. Just under 6,000 supporters inside Education City for tonight's match. So the majority of them are wearing the Lebanese colours. Sabra's header. Ahmed Adam. A heavy touch away by Robert Melki. Straight back to Dia. Samawal. Keep a call for that one. Ali Sabay. It's another Lebanese player down injured. Sabra just with a touch of cramp, I think. Change for Sudan. Al-Ghazali. There's the man coming on to replace Mohamed Abdul Rahman. Al-Ghazali, Agab, challenged by Chaiti, trying to get down the byline. Agab, he put one good cross into the box about 10 minutes or so ago, which caused a few problems. First time really Sudan have managed to get in behind the Lebanese defence. Al-Rashed, it's Dia. Cleared by Melki, away by Sabra. Came off the back of Antar. Now there might be a break on here for Lebanon. That's a heavy touch from Natar. Could have brought that under control. Antar had just pulled away and was in plenty of space to the middle, but not able to be picked out. Early ball in. Was there a trip on the edge of the area? The Sudan fans think they should have a penalty. I'm sure VAR will have a quick look to see if there was any contact when that ball was played in. Al-Ghazali, the man who's just come on. Well, there's a little bit of an arm up from Eldor. They are checking for a possible penalty in the VAR room. Adonai Escobedo from Mexico. Let's see if they call the referee over to review his decision on the screen just down below us. It was certainly an arm. When you see it from that angle from Eldor, they will explore all the angles, of course, to try and get the best view for the referee if they deem it's worth him having another look at it. It could be a lifeline for Sudan to get back into the game. It's been a frustrating tournament for Hubert Velou and co. Check over, so no penalty. 3 players sent off in the last 2 games for Sudan. Made all 5 of their substitutions. We'll hope that Al-Ghazali is able to continue. Will be quite a bit of added time, I think, to go on the end of this half as well. Here's the goal again. Free kick caused all the problems. The goalkeeper, if you're going to come for balls like that, you have to command your area. He didn't get near it. Maybe felt he was nudged slightly by George Melki, but if anything, his own player didn't really help him. Mars came off the outside of the glove and ball ended up over the line. I thought Sabra was going to try and tap that in and get himself another international goal, but he just slipped. Al-Ghazali's back on the field. Arsi down that far side, trying to work his way between the 2 defenders. Agab. Given away again. George Melki. Tahan. Passi. Tahan. It's all on his own in the middle if he can get between the 2 defenders. Another great ball in. By Mohamed Al-Rashed. Sabra took it nicely on the chest. Just overran it slightly. No foul, says the referee again. Sabra just overrun it slightly. Samawal, the man coming across. Antar. Defending from Ahmed Adam to guide that back to his goalkeeper. Gab's given away a free kick for handball here. I think he was a little bit too keen to take the throw and handled it before he did cross the line. The assistant saying it's a throw, but the 4th official, I think, has possibly overruled him. Sabra's gone down again with cramp. So I think Sabra might have to leave the field here, because this is the 2nd time that he's gone down feeling his leg. Well, their patience was rewarded with a goal. After 76 minutes, those Lebanese supporters. Sabra will be okay to continue. Chaitu with the throw. Foul by Matar. Lucky not to get a yellow card for that. Just grabbed Mohamed Ahmed around the waist and stopped him getting forward. He may have taken a stray hand in the face as well for his pains. Given away. Mohamed Ahmed got back quickly to prevent Matar the sighted goal. Samawal. Almost found its way through to a gap. It looked like it was going to just take a flick off Mars, but just got too much on it. Ali Sabay will just bide his time here to gather the ball. They'll take probably a good, maybe even 5 or 6 minutes added time to go on at the end of the game. We'll find out that in just a moment. Lebanon leading by a goal to nil, an own goal by Ali Abou-Shren, the goalkeeper. After a couple of fine saves in the first half, came out to try and punch a Mata free kick away and could only punch the ball into his empty net. Free kick to Lebanon. And I wasn't quite right, it is 7 minutes added time to go on at the end of the match. A couple of VAR decisions, a few injuries in the second half as well, which we've had to contend with. Chetu's header. Antar, long way out for the shot, straight at the goalkeeper though. Abou-Shren had his positioning right that time. Melki's header. Agab. On by Nasser Eldin. It's Ahmed Adam. Good work by Tahan, pushing Ahmed Adam back into his own half. Abou-Shren. Sudan will go away and have a few weeks downtime before that African Cup of Nations campaign gets underway in Cameroon in January. Agab, first time ball in, gathered by Ali Sabay. Just one shot on target tonight for Sudan. That was the shot blocked by Ali Sabay in the second half with his chest. Mata. To weave a way through, was just clipped and knocked off balance, but in fact he managed to stay on his feet for quite some time, doesn't give the free kick away. Nasser Eldin. It's completely missed by Tahan. Sudan might be able to keep this one alive here. Just kept in play. Gazola given away though. Sudan with another chance to re-deliver. This is Dia. Nasser Eldin. Too many players back behind the ball. They can't get a clear-sighted goal at the moment. Sudan. Nasser Eldin. Down suffering from cramp now as well on the edge of the area. They are going to make a final change. Lebanon, Hussein Awada is going to come on for an international debut. Melki's header. Good pressure this from Sudan, but they're not really creating much, and there's a high boot up which has caught George Melki in the face, and that will be a free kick to Lebanon. Checks to run some time off. Tahan's down injured as well. going to be Tahan that's going off, so we'll have a fourth player wearing the captain's armband tonight for Lebanon. Haidar passed the captain onto the armband onto Attaya. He was then sent off. Tahan, who's now gone off, has now given it to Sabra. Hussein Awada from Shabab El Bourj in Lebanon gets his first cap. He's got, well, he's had about 90 seconds. He might not even get a touch of the ball, who knows. Robert Melki with the free kick for Lebanon, who lead by a goal to nil. That own goal from Ali Aboshren in the second half, after he punched Matar's free kick into his own net. There is a first touch for Awada. Ahmed Adam. Mohamed Ahmed. Agab. Side of the boot, and it's all the way out for a throw-in on the opposite side. Just about sums up Sudan's, not just their night, but also their tournament, really. They're looking as though they're going to end the tournament without scoring a single goal, which will be a worry with an Africa Cup of Nations coming up. They play Guinea-Bissau, Nigeria and Egypt. Egypt put 5 past them here, of course. Guinea-Bissau were in their World Cup qualifying group. The 4-2 defeat, and it's another defeat for Sudan tonight. Lebanon end with a single goal victory. It's not a Lebanon player that has scored the goal, though. It's the goalkeeper, Ali Aboshren, who punched the free kick from Matar into his own goal. That's the goal that's given Lebanon 3 points to end the tournament, finishing on a high, but not qualifying for the quarter-finals. Full time here, it's finished Lebanon 1, Sudan 0. Those Lebanon fans that have come here in good numbers tonight will celebrate a win. Tough tournament for them, really, those opening defeats against Egypt and Algeria. 2 very strong teams in the group, though. They huffed and puffed a little throughout the game. It was a scrappy second half, but even Hasek can smile at the way that his side have stuck at their task to get the 3 points in the end, and they can celebrate with their supporters before heading home.
Match award winner for tonight's contest is player number 13, George Melki from Lebanon.
السادة جائزة أفضل لاعب في هذه المباراة من نصيب اللاعب رقم 13 من منتخب لبنان جورج مالكي.
Hubert Velud 1-0 pour le Liban, mais le Soudan n'a pas démérité. Vous avez eu l'occasion de tuer le match.
Oui, on a eu l'occasion de mener 1-0, c'est dommage. Bon, c'est un peu sur un coup du sort parce que le rouge me semble très sévère. Pour le Soudan, il n'y a jamais la barre. On ne regarde jamais la barre pour le Soudan. On sort avec 2 blessés, on prend encore un rouge. C'est très dur pour nous.
Vous êtes déçu pour ce dernier match?
Je suis déçu pour les joueurs qui ont fait un grand match. Ils méritaient un meilleur résultat.
Merci.
Merci.
محمد هارد لك. اليوم لبنان فاز لكن منتخب السودان كان قادر على الفوز ايضا اليوم.
صح، اول شيء نقول مبروك لمنتخب لبنان. واليوم يعني اللاعبين بتاع المنتخب السوداني يعني كان ظاهر انه في اراده يعني قدمنا مستوى احسن من المباراتين اللي فاتوا، والحمد لله يعني قدر الله ما شاء فعل. ويعني ما كنا جايين البطوله يعني بطموحات كيف هذه، بس الحمد لله على كل شيء.
ما هي الاشياء الايجابيه التي خرجتم بها من هذه البطوله؟
والله يعني تعلمنا منها، يعني ان شاء الله حنحاول نتعلم من اخطائنا في هذه البطوله. يعني عملنا اخطاء كثيره وخسرنا بنتائج يعني كبيره برضه كانت، بس ان شاء الله يعني في المستقبل نحسن من مستوانا يعني ونقدم مستوى افضل ان شاء الله.
شكرا.
شكرا لك.
Fantastic, Nadia. You were superb tonight, mate. Thank you very much for everything. A reminder to everybody inside the stadium, you can still purchase your match tickets for the remainder of the FIFA Arab Cup Qatar 2021. They are outside the match this.
Coach, first of all, congratulations. Could you tell us about your feelings after this winning?
I am happy for win this game. What maybe not so nice the game, but we win for our support. He make fantastic atmosphere here. We thanks so much for him. I'm happy for player. I'm proud about with spirit. We have the fighting spirit and this. Maybe we make some mistake and also technical maybe mistake. But with this spirit, it's pleasure working with this team, and I'm happy for we have participate this tournament. We have group little difficult about the Egypt and Algeria, and but we are happy for 3 points.
How do you evaluate this participation in this tournament?
I think it's for us it's finished now, and but help us in the future. For now, for the rest of the qualification for the World Cup, and we won't coming back here. But for World Cup, we fight for that. We have 1 point behind the UAE. We fight for coming here for playoff and for qualify to the World Cup.
Good luck.
Thank you so much.
علي، نقول لك ألف مبروك الفوز. كلمنا عن شعورك بعد هذه المباراة، خاصة أنكم ذهبتوا واحتفلتوا مع جماهيركم الغفيرة اللي كانت حاضرة في الملعب.
أول شيء بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، الحمد لله بفضل الله اجى الفوز. تعبنا بهالبطولة وبالنهاية يعني بدنا نلاقي، لعبنا 3 متوشة على مستوى عالي والحمد لله قدرنا نفرح هذا الجمهور. نحن قلنا زمان كمان بالبلد مش عم نلعب قدام جمهور، فشعور كثير حلو انك تربح قدام جمهورك كمان.
اليوم لعبت انت مباراة بطولية في يعني تحدي كان بالنسبة لك كبير، كلمنا عن شعورك بعد
الحمد لله
هذا التألق.
الله هذا التوفيق من عند رب العالمين، والحمد لله كان في بعض الأخطاء بس الحمد لله المهم ربحنا. وأكيد هذا شعور لإلي لا يوصف، لأنه هذه ثاني مباراة إلي مع المنتخب، أول مباراة من فترة بعيدة، والحمد لله قدمنا اللي فيه المطلوب.
مبروك
حبيبي.
شكرا.
So here are the stats from the match. Sudan ended up having more of the ball. They had more of the ball in the second half. They ended up having more shots on goal. Only one of them hit the target, though. That save from Ali Sabeh in the second half. 8 and 4 on target for Lebanon. They had more corners as well. Both sides had a player sent off, Ahmed and Ataya, meaning they both finished with 10 men in what was a scrappy second half. So both these teams knew they couldn't make it through to the quarter-finals. Just a little bit of pride to play for in their final game as Lebanon took on Sudan at Education City. Even Hasset looking for some positives to take into their final few World Cup qualifying matches. They still stand a chance of making the playoffs, while Uber Velu looking for some confidence ahead of the Africa Cup of Nations. It was Lebanon that started the brightest in the first half. Ataya's shot pushed wide by Abo Shren, the goalkeeper, who conceded 9 in the previous 2 matches. From the corner, he made an even better save. The header from Sabra pushed onto the post, and then the follow-up turned wide by Diani when it seemed he should have done better with that one. There was a first of 2 red cards in the second half. Ataya going in with a really high boot, which the referee went straight to the top pocket. It was Mohamed Ahmed, the man that was caught. Fortunately, he was not hurt. He was able to continue. Sudan gave the ball away on a couple of occasions. Amo Shren forced into another save to the eye and of a substitute. He'd only just come on at that point. Sudan's best chance when it came when a Gab got to the byline for probably the first time. Goalkeeper spilled it, and when the ball came out to the man who was fouled for the red card, Mohamed Ahmed. It was a brilliant save with the chest from the goalkeeper to keep his goal intact and keep it at 0-0. Both sides made plenty of changes. There was a challenge there on Assi, the substitute, which earned a yellow card for Ahmed. But then VAR got involved, asked the referee to go and have another look at it, and after seeing it again, he decided that Ibrahim Ahmed should have the yellow card cancelled, and he too should go off. A third red card in 2 games for Sudan, and it led to the goal, the free kick, punched into his own net by Ali Abashren. Matar, the substitute, with a dangerous free kick in towards the goalkeeper, who had a whole host of players in front of him. George Melki was one of those involved. Clearly it went in off the goalkeeper's glove, though, for an own goal to hand Lebanon their first goal of the tournament. That goal coming 14 minutes from the end of the match. And ultimately, it was the goal that won it for Lebanon, who took the points with a 1-0 win. So confirmations of the group standings. Egypt and Algeria drew the other game tonight. They finished level on 7 points each, but it is Egypt that topped the group. Lebanon and Sudan down at the bottom. Lebanon getting those 3 points. Sudan going home, no points and no goals, and a -10 goal difference, and those 3 red cards costing them in the game as well. Well, that's just about it from us at Education City. We're back here on Friday. There's a quarter-final to come. The first 2 quarter-finals on Friday. It's Tunisia against Oman and Qatar against the UAE on Friday.